Good evening, everyone. I'm glad it didn't take too long to get us started. So I know that many people, and especially from our meeting last night, it was obvious that a lot of people didn't really understand the binary. So I just want to show you how the binary works and sort of the mechanics of the binary, because everything works in the binary, you could say. So if you look at this little picture, the person, the pink person, and his people on the right are the people that will be spillover from the sponsor. Any people in yellow are your direct referrals. So what I've done is the direct referrals are in yellow, and the people that are binary qualified have got those little gears around them. So if you look at your person on the right-hand side, your own referral, he's binary qualified because he's got someone on his left, someone on his right. Is this clear to everyone how you become binary qualified?
Yes.
Okay, good. So, you don't need your own people on the right-hand side necessarily. So if you took out the second and third level people here, you would still be binary qualified because you have one person on your right and one person on your left. As your team grows, you might find that you'll have referrals in your right leg. But if your right leg, in this case, was growing faster than your left leg, you probably wouldn't even have any of your own referrals in the right-hand side. You would just be putting them into your left leg, which is the leg you build with your team, and the right hand side is the spillover and all that. So is this clear to everyone, or is there anyone who would like me to explain something further on this? Is everything clear on that?
Sorry, Rich, I've got one question, if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure, why not?
In the end, does it mean that we must build our binaries as balanced as possible? Which means if you get one person that's going to come in with $500, you can put some people on the other side to try and balance the 500 so that you benefit as much as you can on your binary. Is that the way I understand? Is that correct?
Okay, what I'm going to do is just stop sharing here, and I just want to start a whiteboard. What happens is, here you are, and you always just need to ask your sponsor if he is building in your leg, and what is he, and he can't guarantee you that he is going to put anyone in there, but he might be putting people in there. So let's say, for instance, we'll just keep it to the right where your sponsors put in someone, and let's say your sponsor put in someone with $1,000 on the right hand side. Okay, or there might be more than one people, but it adds up to $1,000 on the right-hand side. Then when you come in here, you put your person in, and your person might have $100, for instance. Okay, so when it's obvious here that when you're going to build your business, you are $900 away. So the next person that comes in, you're going to put them in, and let's say they put $200 in. So you still haven't reached the level of the right-hand side here. Now, if you were on the meeting last night, and Johan asked about what happens if my left leg if I'm earning from my left leg or I'm earning from my right leg, doesn't matter, but you almost get a balance, as we showed in that example last night. So let's say, for instance, now your next person here puts in $700. Now you've got to equal. You see that you've got 1,000 on your left, 1,000 on your right. Now the next question is, when you balanced, where are you going to put your next person? Does anyone want to answer that one? Where you want to put your next person in a case where you are balanced?
Can't do you think business volume wise?
So your business volume is equal both legs.
I would go to the left.
You're going to put him in the left.
Yeah.
Any reason why you're going to put that person in on the left?
I agree. I would also put it on the left, and for me, it will be about the quantity of people. Also, closer you are to the correct amount of people on both sides as well, in the long run, the growth will probably be more or less the same. That's my guess.
Well, yes. Look, the left guess is the correct guess because this is your leg. Okay. This one's the team leg where your sponsor and everyone else goes. Now, remember that even if your left leg or your leg, whichever that is on your left or your right, when you build this, it's your team. And even if this becomes bigger, you still, and eventually your right leg starts growing, okay, you've still got that flip-flop effect to work in your advantage. So when in doubt, build your own leg. Don't build the team leg. Let the team leg sort itself out. Or if you see eventually that your leg is now much bigger than the team leg, then obviously you're going to start building in the team leg. But this is the spillover leg, and this is your leg. So when in doubt, you put people in the non-team leg, your own leg. That's the easiest way to look at it. Obviously, everything's different. It depends on. It's always on volume, not on the number of people. However, what Wynand said there about having people, the more people you've got, and this is something we're going to talk about in a moment in the next part of this meeting, but having more people in a leg gives you an opportunity to find more people that are actually going to do the work. Does that make sense? Because typically your person that puts in $10,000, okay, he's an investor, and that's like your real investor. They're not real. They're going to tell their friends, and normally they're going to tell their friends with the big money as well, and they're going to tell some more investors. But those people will come, but you'll find them through the numbers in your legs. And that's the whole idea, is to find people and find the numbers so it can eventually lead you to these investor type of people. The sort of full. Now, the thing that people worry about is to fill their matrix like this. Okay? That's not your job. Okay? Your job is to help your people to fill their matrix, but you don't have to worry about filling the matrix. So if you only bring in referrals in and no one's done any work yet, don't worry. In time, that matrix might fill up, it might never fill up. It's not your problem. Remember, in NWP, we're not concerned about levels. You get paid infinite levels, so you don't have to make your pretty matrix so that you get paid. It's not going to, if your matrix is full or it's open and scattered, you're still going to get the same amount of money. So it's not going to change anything. So don't be worried about filling your matrix. That'll, like I say, in time, that'll do itself. Right, so let's move on to the next part of this, and probably the things that you've been waiting for. And we've got this plan, okay, will start in 8 days' time. So there's 8 days to go before this is going to start. But I want to prepare you for this so that you know what you're going to be doing very soon. And that is this, we call it the Crocodile leader levels, okay? And what you're looking for here, and the most important thing to remember is that there's 75. And what we're looking at here is for 75 people. And the main reason, never mind anything else that you're looking for, because there are sort of, there will be the tablet achievements and all that sort of thing. But the real reason behind this is that you're going to be looking for 75 people. So that those 75 people, in my experience and a lot of the networkers that I've spoken to, when you find 75 people in a leg, it leads you to 10 people who actually do some work. Now, how much work? Well, that's, sometimes that can be, they find one person who's an investor, which adds to your volume, or they find someone else who's going to build, or they themselves build 75 people in a leg. So what you're looking for is 75 people in each of your legs to start with, and then to help those people get their 75 people in their legs. Because with the new promotion that's coming, when you've got 75 people in your left leg and 75 people in your right leg, you will receive the tablet. Now, I'm going to stop this presentation again, and now I want to ask you, knowing that you have to get 75 people in each leg, what would you like the new promotion to look like? Because just think about this, the current promotion of $100 doubled to $200, that's lovely. It's an awesome promotion, but it's not necessarily practical for everyone. So what's practical and what would you like? Blanche, sorry, my internet's giving me problems here. I've just turned my video off to hope.
Okay, let's take my profile. If is it only new people, I need 75 people on top of the existing people I've already got, or does the existing people count as well?
Well, look, for the 75 people that you need for long-term growth, any of the 75 can count. But if you were going for a tablet promotion, you would need 75 new people. So let's have a look at.
Does the existing, is it only for, say, new people? Say 75 on one side, 75 on the other side.
Yeah. So, and my question is, what promotion would you like to be able to get 75 people on each side? If you want to put something in the chat, please feel free to do that. So it might be easier if just put something in the chat. What would you like as a promotion so that you could easily achieve 75 people in each of your legs? Let's have your ideas in the chat. So if we're talking now about what would you like as an alternative, because the current promotion is $100 boosted to $200. And I mean, you would know from your own experience, I don't think you'd be able to get 75 people with $100 each. So what would be practical? And as Rain is saying here, how about a smaller one? How small? What would you like? $20, Rain is saying. Any other suggestions? So if it's $20, that means you put in $20, the company puts in $20. Okay, so that's 20 plus 20. Yeah, $30 was a good one. Is it affordable for everyone if it was $30? Let's say, for instance, if we brought back the $30 plus $60, if we introduce that one again, is that affordable? Peter's saying $20. Okay. Remember, also this time of the year, people don't have money. So, if you still want to build your business, you don't want to inhibit your growth of your business, because remember that a lot of people want to experience the company and they want to feel comfortable, like you want to feel comfortable. And if you think about your own journey so far, you might have joined 6-7 months ago, and now you're feeling comfortable. So it takes a bit of time for people to feel comfortable and to get into the rhythm and see the consistency and that sort of thing. So
why don't you do two again, like we did before? The twin, the 2020, and then the trip with a 30/60. So then there's an option for the people that can afford the 30, then who can afford the 20.
Yeah, but remember last time, Blanche, what happened? The people that didn't take the 20 or did take the 20, okay, they then found that they should have waited for the 30. Okay, because
Yes, Rich. Can
now
I tell you why? We were
Yes.
one of those people, especially our group. NWP was still new. Or this promotion was still new. We all were still skeptic. Now we all know. So now we can all educate our people.
Okay, but
That's especially with our team. I can tell you they all went for the $10 one only because they were skeptical still in the beginning.
Right. Okay. So that was the $10 boosted to 20. Is that right? That was the
Yes,
promotion. Okay. All right. Okay.
It
And
was only like myself and Stefan, I think, Bucks, and one or two others that did the $30. All the others did the $10.
yes. Okay. Good. So Raina's just said here that if she has to take the $30, she'll have to wait until month end. Now, isn't that the case with many of your people? If they're waiting for the $30, then that means they're waiting for month end. And so is $30 still a good idea then? If people are going to have to wait, because that means it's not easy money for them. $30 is still an expense. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's part of, especially for being January.
Yeah, especially for being January. So, it's all nice to say, $30, and remember that, like you say, Blanche, you confident, but it doesn't necessarily mean that the people that you're getting in are as confident as you are. So, it must be something that's a relatively easy sell. Otherwise, you're not going to get the numbers that you need, because you need the numbers to grow your business. So,
yeah,
that's what you sort of, you want the person to get a benefit, and you want to at the same time be able to build your business. So you don't want them saying, oh yeah, $30. Well, yes, it's very nice to get a boost like that, but I can't really afford $30. And especially if I want to join my wife, and I want to join my child or my granny or whatever I want to put into the business as well, then it becomes quite an expense if we're looking at, trying to get this. And I think this is what we've experienced with the $100, is that a lot of people would like the $100, but they just can't afford $100 at the moment. The things aren't like people want them to be at the moment. I think financially it's difficult for people. So we've got to realize that and try and find something that's going to work for everyone, because it's not about, we know that the business is good and consistent, but it's about, like Rakesh says, the booster mustn't be a money game. It's just a way of introducing the person to the business and letting him see the advantage. So that's something to think about. Okay. Remember that the new boosters haven't been announced yet. Okay, they'll only be announced. This $100 boosters on until Sunday, and then next week, during the week next week, we expect the new booster to be announced. And then it will launch on the Friday. So those will be announced next week, but we can still influence what's going to happen. And that's why we're having this meeting this evening to, our input is important so that we can tell them that, no, we don't want a $100 booster, because or anything bigger. We definitely want something smaller, but what must that be so that people can afford it? Now, let me go back to, while you're thinking about this, and if you've got any ideas, just put them in the comments there.
Rich?
Yes.
Then I've got a question. I've got that other group of members that I want to sign up still. It's about plus minus 20 plus people. And I've still got to activate those other group that I signed up already. would it be then advisable to wait with the funding with them until the new boosters comes out?
Well, remember, what are they looking at funding each? How much are you looking at?
No, I was all just going to start them all on $10 for now, just to get them activated, so they can see how it's going, and then from there we'll be working what needs to be done and how they want to go further.
Well, I would say on that, in that case, wait, because what we see here. If I have to, when at the end of this meeting, from what I can see here, okay, and from the suggestions, is that Rainer said $20, Peter said $20, Vainon said $20. Yeah. So if I walk away from this meeting tonight, my suggestion to the company will be go for a $20 booster. Okay, so rather than wait to fund your people, because that means that they, can decide whether they want to go for just a normal 10 or if they want to go and put a little bit extra in to get the new booster. And we don't know what that is yet. So my suggestion will be $20, but not more than that, because that's what my team is saying at the moment. So as Rainer would say, is there, and I would wait for the special as well. If I've got $100, there's going to be no question I'm going for the $100 booster, because that's not going to happen again. So yes, but if I had less money, well, then I'd be waiting for the special, definitely. So that would be the team's advice to you, Blanche, and me as well.
Okay.
Just wait.
Then my next question. Okay, then my next question would be is, I've already done that first group that you've noticed, but they haven't all been funded yet. In the second group, I haven't done the sign-ups yet. I was going to start with that now. I can do the sign-ups so long and then wait with the funding until the promo comes out.
Absolutely, yes, definitely. Yeah, okay. That's what I would do. Right.
You know what? I'm starting to think the $20 is great especially for this time of the year. I think if we do it too high, we're going to see people sulking because they won't be able to make the $30, especially here in South Africa, where the rand is against the dollar 16.5, which is quite high. So I think $20 should be very, very nice.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I mean, the whole idea is that, I think the previous boosters were they weren't for the Africa team. Let's put it that way. $100 booster was not. I mean, yes, there's always people that have got $100 as we've seen, but if we want volume, okay, then we need something that's going to work for the South Africans, work for the Nigerians, and something that's affordable for everyone. And that's what is definitely we've been asking for that, and we'll make sure that it's affordable. And I would definitely stick to not more than $20. That'll be my suggestion, as I said, coming out of this meeting.
Absolutely great. Thank you so much, Rich. Really appreciate it.
It's a great pleasure. So if we go to my slides here quickly, what we're looking for, okay, and what you're all looking for is, if you had 75 people in your left leg and 75 people in your right leg, you're earning $10 a week. And that's really where you want to start, okay? I mean, as Raina said earlier on, if she can put away $20 a month, well, that's a really nice start to your savings. So you can just imagine, building your team so that you've got 75 people in each side. And this is based on something, an average. So you wouldn't necessarily earn that from the first week, but as the team grows very quickly once you're at that level. So, this is just sort of an average from what I've seen. And the boosters, currently, the average on them is about 1.7 per week. I know this last week was quite low, but previously, if we look at the 5 weeks that the boosters have been earning, that's a 1.7% average. So that's what I've worked this on. And I mean, as you can see, as your team grows, you're just going to start earning more and more. And when you sort of at the big level, and I mean, it doesn't stop there, but, you know, to earn $153 a week is absolutely amazing. So that's where we want to get to. But it has to be affordable. Otherwise, you know, you can say goodbye to the numbers, and then but we want the numbers. We really do want the numbers, because the more people, you know, if you look at, if you've got 75 people in a leg, some of those people might know people in Europe, some of them might know people in America, which means that your business could potentially get some dollars and euros into it, and those people invest quite a lot more. If we look at this, will spillovers count? Yes. So if you're looking at, let's just go back. We're trying to look at your 75 people. This is your business. So when you're looking at 75 people, to get 75 people, this person and all his people underneath you, that's it. If you've got 75 here and you've got 75 there, you've got a strong business. And remember, it doesn't have to look like this. It can just be 75 people in your left, 75 people in your right. But spillover in the NWP system always counts. There's never where spillover doesn't count. So spillover is you and your team, and it always counts. If this guy on the left gets 75 people, this guy gets 75 people, this guy gets 75 people, all of those count for you. You're never excluded. So if you were looking at earning the tablet, all of these people that have got gears around them could be earning the tablet, and you would still earn the tablet. You would never be excluded. And, you know, so binary qualified, tablet qualified with 75 people, it's all there for the taking for you. Right, so I see my time is running out. Are there any questions before I have to end the meeting?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Yes, sir.
Solomon.
I have a question.
Yes, Solomon.
Yeah, the question 75. Yeah, the 75 is together with the split over, right?
Yes.
The 75 with the plus split over and your referral count, the split over count for the 75.
It does. It does. Definitely. Yes. Yeah. It all counts. The spillover and your referral.
And the 75. Okay. And the 75, they have to invest, they have to put money. The one that have put money, that is what they're going to be count, not only number of people.
To qualify for the tablet, your 75 people would definitely have to put money. Yes, that's right. Yeah. So okay.
That's
good. Well, thanks very much, everyone. Thanks for joining me. I know that we're limited by time. I'm trying to sort out my Zoom account so that we can have a paid account. Last night we were using Engelbert's account, and we use that for our normal presentations tomorrow night as well. It's just that he has a German meeting tonight, so we couldn't use his account. But I thank you for your input tonight. Do have a good evening further, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow night if you're going to be joining us on the call.